welcome to episode 46 of the Nifty Knitting Ninja podcast. As always, I am your host, Abigail Wright. I'm just going to go through a few admin things before we get into the knitting today. So, first off, I want to apologize by saying, excuse the haggard look. I've only had a couple hours of sleep and I haven't felt well today. And I just got done with a 9-hour shift at work, so excuse my appearance, but I really wanted to get an episode out for everybody. And yeah, that's that. Also, where you can find me on social media, which I will include at the end of this video, where you can find me, all my handles. You can find me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page for my yarn business, and it's called The Psychedelic Sheep. Just search that on Facebook. I am on Twitter as The Nutty Ninja. I'm on Instagram as Grant Me Mercy, and I am on Ravelry as I'm a Knitting Ninja. I know, a lot of different names for a lot of different media, but that's where you can find me. So, I hope everybody has been well, and I know it's been a while, and I apologize, life has just been getting in the way, and yeah, normal life stuff has just really been getting in the way. But, so glad to be filming for you today. I actually have the house to myself for hopefully an hour or two. Everybody went to church today. I unfortunately didn't get to go because I was forced to work, unfortunately. So, it is what it is today. Shoot, I just forgot what I was going to say. I've told you it's been a really long day. So, oh yes. Hello and welcome to the Nifty Knitting Ninja podcast. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and putting up with me every episode. And if you're a new viewer, thank you so much for checking me out and giving me a shot. So, without further ado, I think that we are going to move into works in progress because that's really all that I have. And you guys might remember last time I showed you my pink leopard print sock. One of those is done minus the heel, and I haven't even thought about starting the second one. Second sock syndrome, what can I say? Falling off the bandwagon of box of socks, guys. By the way, if you guys don't know what box of socks is, you've been living under a rock. Go check out Kristen Wollenwein's podcast right now. Her podcast is Yarngasm. She's amazing, and she started the box of socks, so like I said, she's amazing. No other words. So we're going to get into works in progress. Oh, and I lied. I do have a finished object, but we'll save that for next section. So, out of Knit Pick Stroll Fingering in the mint color. Is it going to focus? Maybe. Maybe not. Knit Picks. I don't know how good it's going to be focusing this time because it hasn't been focusing well the last couple times. There we go. There's all the information. It comes in 50-gram balls. This, I've been working my tail off on. Like, this is literally, I mean, I've done a little bit here and there going to and from work. Not going to and from. On lunch breaks and 15-minute breaks at work, I've been doing this. I do not knit and drive. Please do not do that. That is not a good thing to do. Especially on this weekend, which I should mention, today is May 26th, 2018, and it's about 4:30 in the afternoon. It is the Saturday before Memorial Day, so happy Memorial Day, guys! In the States, we are celebrating Memorial Days and thanking the people who gave us freedom and the people who still fight for our freedom. So for anybody who's in the service that might be watching, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. So, but with that being said, it is crazy out there. Have a very safe weekend. Drive very safe, drink responsibly, party responsibly, and just have a very safe weekend. Nobody likes a tragedy, and if it can be avoided, then please try to avoid it. So, anyways, this is my second Pebble Beach shawl by Helen Stewart, Curious Handmade, who just released a wonderful mystery pattern. And we'll show it to you right there. So here's the top, and it's all done. You can see that this thing is huge. Like, I've got it on a 40-inch cord, and it's still bunching. So there's the top. I'm going to show it like this. And then it kind of goes down into this little more frequented eyelet section, and then I'm going into the last section right there. I'm like 75% done with this. That's what I love about her patterns, is that they have like little check boxes, and she tells you what percent you are. So it's like, oh, I'll just get to 20%. Ooh, I'm at 25. Well, I'll just go to 30. Oh, wait, I'm at 40. So addicting. So that's that, and before I fully put this away, it's gorgeous. I love it. It's gorgeous. And it's mint because my bridesmaids' dresses are going to be in coral. So I wanted them to have shawls to match mine, but be in mint. And it's just, it's luscious. That looked really weird. I might cut that out. Probably won't, but it looked really weird. Sorry. So, this is being worked on my Knit Picks Caspian Wood Shorties, which I adore. There we go. Caspian Wood Knit Picks Shorties on the 40-inch cord, and this is a size US 6, which is a 4.0 millimeter. And that's what it's being worked on. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I can't say anything else because it is a paid-for pattern, and I'm not going to give away the secret sauce because I understand pattern designers' perspectives. That is their livelihood, and if someone else gives it away, that could be very bad. So don't share paid pattern information, guys. So I only have one other true work in progress besides the socks, which I'm not going to show because I forgot to bring over here. So I started this today because I didn't have any potato chip knitting, and I got up at 4. I was actually up all night long and officially got up at 3:30, but I was up at 4. And because I had to be to work at 6. Well, I got to work at 5:30 because I like to get there early. And anyways, long story. Y'all know how it goes if you work in retail, or any kind of work for that matter. Get there early, then you don't have to rush the clock in. So I started this because it's simple and I could do it in the dark because it was still dark by the time I got to work. And I messed it up twice. And I think I messed it up again. But I'm not going to redo it because this is the last square in this row that I'm going to do for this blanket. And I'm not going to restart it because then it'll never get done. So that'll make 15 squares across, and I think I'm going to do 17 high, and then I'm going to start filling it in. I'm just kind of trying to get the outline right now. This is being worked on a US 2, which is a 2.75 millimeter, I believe. This is just a Knit Picks Rainbow Wood that somebody had gifted me years ago. It's a 16-inch cable. And the yarn is, I'm not really sure what it is or what it's called. I know it's a wool blend. That much I do know. That color is not showing up quite right. It's getting blown out a little bit. That's more the color. It's like this variegated, deep mauvey color. And it's very, very beautiful. I was sent to this in a lovely Random Acts of Kindness package. And I am really enjoying using it. It looks so good next to that pink. Speaking of which, this pink was also from a Random Acts of Kindness package. I think it was the same package. This is my Snowflake colorway. This was from the Random Acts of Kindness package as well. So, I feel like I'm zooming through, but I don't have a whole lot to say about projects, guys. Sorry. Both of those are living in my lovely Knitting Words bag that I have purchased from Fleeces and Pieces at my local yarn shop. This one, obviously, I've talked about it before, but it's my favorite because it's huge and it's got a handle. It's got this adorable little charm that says, well, let's see if I can get it to come up. Possibility begins with imagination. So, love that. The other that I have my shawl in is drawstring. It was actually made by a dear friend of mine. So, it's pretty awesome. Christina, if you're watching, I love your bags, and I would really love to have more, and I'll have to buy some more someday. So, that's really all the active whips that I have. And I wasn't going to talk about these, but I think I'm going to. Because I have a couple projects that are hitting the frog pond. Yeah, not good. So, this was going to be a sockhead hat. This is in my Aurora Borealis colorway. This is how it was knitting up. But I thought I knew the pattern. And so I cast on way less stitches than what I needed. And see this? This is like child size. Like, this would not fit me at all. So I'm going to rip and restart. This will come back. This is going to be restarted. Anyways, I gotta show you guys this in the cake. This is my yarn from my shop, The Psychedelic Sheep, where I dye hand-dyed yarns. This is what it is caked up. It's a little, it's been in the bag for a while, so it's a little wonky. But, you see that? Guys, like, it's dark, it's all rainbow with black. It's just amazing, and I love it. And this is on my, I don't know why I'm frogging this right now on the podcast. This is on my Stardust base, which is a 70% merino, 20% nylon, and 5% stellina base, and it is heavenly. I don't know. Now that I've made it ugly, I don't know if you guys can actually see any of that sparkle. See any of that stellina in there. Anyways, that's being frogged, and that is going to come back. It's going to make a comeback very soon because I'm very much in love with that yarn. I'm in love with all my yarn, but I really, really love that one because I'm a sucker for rainbows. You guys may have noticed that in Active Whips, I did not talk about this. I think it's Comfort Faded Cardi. Yes, Comfort Faded Cardi by Andrea Mallory, which was gifted to me by the lovely Annette. Thank you, Annette. I immensely enjoy this pattern. What I didn't enjoy, however, hence the reason why it's hitting the frog pond, is the first transition from the turquoise to the turquoise and speckles to the pink to that. When you hold it back, I guess it looks okay, but I'm not in love. I'm not smitten with it. And I was just going to deal with it and kind of wear it around the house, but you know what? Life's too short to knit what you're not going to wear and what you don't love. So it's hitting the frog pond. It looks kind of cool, I guess, from a distance, but I'm not in love with it, you guys. I'm just not in love with it. And so I'm just going to have it hit the frog pond, and with those, I might restart another one after I get done with all my wedding shawls. I've got 2 more. The Zach replicas of that man one that you saw. I've got 2 more to make. I might restart it after that, but in a completely different color scheme. I failed at fading. I totally failed at fading. The first fade was a good one. From just the plain mint to the mint and the, well, here, you can see it better on the other side. From just the plain mint to the mint and the speckles. That was a good fade. But then the fading down, it's not a good fade. I failed at fading. So, it is what it is. I'm just going to rip it out and revisit that pattern a later time because it's such a lovely pattern. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the pattern. It's wonderful and it's amazing. As all of Andrea Mallory's patterns are. It's just I'm not in love with my choices and my color choices, and I think I could do better. And I really, if I'm going to put all the yarn and time into creating something like a garment, like a sweater, I really want it to be something that I really, really love. You know, something that I am gonna live in, that I'm gonna wear, something that I'm just obsessed with. And although I can't over dye the yarn in the colors that I want, because that's just not gonna work, I'm sure I can find some lovely uses for this yarn. As it is, you know, it'll grow up to be something else. It's just not meant to grow up to be a sweater. So it's gonna get ripped out. I can't even remember what needles I was using for it. I think size 6s. Not sure. So, by the way, I do want to put out, too, that I dyed all the colors for this. Custom dyed it. So, this was going to be a hand-dyed by me sweater, and the next one that I knit, when I revisit the pattern, is still going to be a hand-dyed by me sweater, which I'm so excited about. I've dreamed about this for many, many, many years. So, it's so nice to have dreams come true, isn't it? Because dreams don't just come true in fairy tales. They can come true in real life if you work hard and don't give up. You know? Alright, well, I'm going to move into finish objects, and we'll go from there. I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, we're going to talk about FOs, finished objects. So I forgot to mention in the last section that I actually have been working on a ton of stuff, and I've gotten a ton of knitting done since you guys last saw me, but there are 2 projects that I cannot show you right now because they are kind of secret. One is a new design that I'm working on, and the other one I can't show because it's a Christmas gift. And I just happen to know that if some nosy little girl watches the podcast, she's going to not forget it. So I don't want to say nosy. I want to say curious little girl. You know who I'm looking at, right, Pearl? So I don't want to spoil it, but trust, you'll just have to take my word. I've gotten a lot of knitting done since the last time you guys saw me. So we're going to move into finished objects. And one of them I can't show you because I'm saving for a later segment. Guys, it's beautiful. So this is my wedding shawl. This is the same pattern as you saw the mint one. This is the Pebble Beach shawl by Helen Stewart, Curious Handmade. It is not blocked yet. The ends have not been woven in. I'm kind of going to wait until they're all finished and then have a blocking party. Probably a bad idea, but that's what I'm going to do anyway. So, I'm not going to wear it like this, obviously. I'm going to wear it over my wedding dress. Yep, sorry for that clack. That was kind of cringy. I'm gonna just kind of drape it over my wedding dress like this because our wedding is in October and it's in the evening and I'm not sure if it'll be cool or not, but I kind of wanted to have something to put over my shoulders just in case it got a little bit chilly. And yeah, I'm slowing down a little bit because I realized that whenever I talk really fast, I sound like a chipmunk and probably nobody can understand what I'm saying. I've been at work all day. When I'm at work, I talk and move really fast, so sorry. Anyways, I'm planning on wearing it like this, and oh guys, it's just gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. I can't wait. So this is just knit in some bare Knit Pick Stroll. Get that end out of the way. So here is the top part. I'm going to back up a little bit so that you guys can kind of get the full effect. Here's the top part, and then there's that spread out eyelet, and then here's the last piece, which actually, look at that. Look at this spread out eyelets. It's so pretty. Then this last piece is in garter stitch. So beautiful. And she has you do a picot bind off. I'm going to try to show this to you guys in a way and not like totally mess this up. But she has this picot eyelet edging. And I decided to put beads on it. Now if this will focus the way that I want it to focus, you can see that these beads are little teardrop beads and they've got an iridescence to them, which I think is just fabulous. Now the ones that I'm knitting for my bridesmaids will not be beaded, because I'm not going to lie, this was a big pain in the butt. But they will have the same picot edging, they just will not be beaded on that edge. But guys, I'm in love with it. So beautiful, and I can't wait to wear it on my wedding day. And I love knowing that I have things that I personally, by myself, created, and they're going to be a part of my wedding day. That just thrills my crafty heart. And I probably should mention that all of these I'm knitting the shawlette size because I didn't think you don't really want it to cover up the dress, but because like this will be the back of the dress, but you don't really want it to cover up the dress. You just want something kind of light and small to kind of cover your shoulders and just kind of take the chill off. So, and you know, none of my bridesmaids are super big girls, so who am I kidding? They're not big girls. So I don't feel the need to make, you know, a giant shawl for a tiny person. So that's that. Also, I think that's all that I have to talk about. Nope, I lied. Guess what I've been doing this week? And I'm gonna count these as finished objects because they're not done, but they are done. So, this is just a random little wool roving ball that I got from Canfield Creations in Soledar City in Branson, Missouri. And it's not plied yet. I've been letting the singles rest. But oh, isn't it gorgeous? So I've finished spinning this. That's a more accurate color right there. That is such a good color. I've been spinning this and letting the singles rest, so that's what they've been doing. It's not plied yet, so it's not done, but it's done. So, and I'm thinking that I will probably get anywhere from a fingering to a sport weight with this. I don't know how much yardage yet. This one looks really wonky. My apologies. This one, I'm going to show you the backside first, is 100% Targhee, and it is from roving that I bought from Daisy Creations Designs at Fiber U. And I've just been spinning it, and I think I'm going to get the same with this one. I think I'm actually going to maybe get a 2-ply fingering weight with this one. But yeah, it's just, if you can remove all this top stuff where I have bad judgment on winding my turtle, I think it's going to play up just beautifully. It's all these pinks and yellows with just a tiny touch of orange in them. So, wow, that yellow is getting really blown out. There we go. Yeah, so I think that's going to be really beautiful, plied up and washed. And so I've got more because I got 4 ounces of this yellow and pink, guys. It's taken me a while because all that I have to spin it on is my little tiny Turkish 3D spindle, which I've also purchased from Daisy Knits at Fiber U. And it's just a little 3D printed spindle, and I mean, you guys can see how tiny this thing is. I mean, it's pretty small. But I love it. I love spinning on it. I love its weight. I love everything about it. So that's that. I've been spinning pretty fine, I mean, I'd say. I'm not a big spinner, so this is pretty good for a mediocre spinner, I think. And I say mediocre because I have not spun a whole lot, but I have spun some, so I already have some spinning knowledge. But yeah, I'm gonna kind of include that between like whips and finished objects because it's almost a finished object. And who knows, you might see more spinning later in the podcast. Who knows? Alright, I think that's it for finished objects. So next I'm going to clean up a little bit and grab some skeins of yarn, and we are going to go into shop talk. Okay, as you can see, I now have this lovely pile of yarn behind me. So, first I'm going to start the segment by saying you can find me as, you can find me on Etsy as www.etsy.com/shop/thepsychedelicsheep. I'll put that up here on the screen. And also, if you have any questions, custom orders, you name it, just email me at thepsychedelicsheep@gmail.com, which I will also put up here. But yeah, I just love what I do, guys, and every time you guys buy something from me, you're supporting a dream, and I can't thank you enough for anyone and everyone who has purchased recently from me. It just means the world to me, and it's amazing. Thank you. So without further ado, I will introduce some new colorways to you. So I got a few new fun dyes that I've been trying out, and I've been having so much fun. So on my gnarly base is 75% Highland wool, 25% nylon. This is on my gnarly base. This is, ooh, that's really getting blown out. This is kiwi. It's a bright kiwi green with all these black speckles in here to look like seeds. I think that's really fun. And I also have kiwi, and each base takes the dye just a little bit differently. I also have kiwi on my far out base. My far out base is my DK base that is 100% superwash merino. Wow, that's really getting blown out. There we go. It's just the same, this bright green with black speckles. And that's a more accurate depiction, I think. So I have it in far out and gnarly, and all of these are pre-orders. I no longer dye ship to order yarn because I have limited space and time. So I usually dye up my sample and then list it for pre-order, and then every time you order it, I will dye it for you. Which I usually have about a week turnaround time for that, which is fine. I mean, my one-of-a-kinds are ready to ship, and I do have some yarn ready to ship, but just not a lot of my pre-orders. That's why they're pre-orders. I have... trying to find out where it is. And all these new ones obviously have not been labeled yet. I apologize. I have Meant to Be, which is inspired by my upcoming wedding, which, as you saw, the wedding shawl, it has mint. My colors are mint and coral. So this is Meant to Be, and it's just this very light, slightly tonal mint. And this is on gnarly. And I also have it on Far Out, which is my DK base. And also, I had an oopsie. This one got a little dark, if you can see that. It's definitely darker than the other two, So this is a botched skein of Mint to Be, and it is in the sales section of my shop right now. I've discounted it just because it's a mess up. So my loss is your gain. If you want this, better grab it. But yeah, that's Mint to Be, inspired by my upcoming wedding. I have, and I don't have the fingering weight version because I've already, but you can see it on my Etsy shop. I already sent that one to the lovely Worcester Way, Tara. Hi, if you're watching. She won it because she's the one who inspired this colorway. This is Sassy Flamingo. And it's got blues, and it's got blue that fades into pink that fades into like this melon pink color. And then on the end it's just bare, but it's got some black speckles for the beak. And this was inspired by a picture that she sent me of a flamingo on the water, and the flamingo was just kind of had his head tucked down and was looking very coy. So I decided to call this colorway Sassy Flamingo because that's what it was inspired by, is a very sassy flamingo. I'm not showing that very well, am I? It's quite fun. And, oh, that's on my Far Out base. I will only be showing Far Out and Gnarly today. I have, also on Far Out, I have Watermelon, which is this bright, bright, bright green, and then this melon pink with black speckles. Makes it look like watermelon, obviously. So I have Watermelon on Far Out. I have Watermelon, which is skeined a little differently. It's kind of fun. Watermelon on Gnarly. So fun. So, I don't know why I was inspired to dye fruit-inspired yarn, but I was. It is what it is. Okay, now I just have all singles. Well, they're not single skeins, but they're all on Gnarly. I don't have any more of the Far Out. By the way, pretty soon, coming up in June, I'm trying out a new base for the summer, and I hope you guys really like it. But that's a conversation for a different time. Ew. I don't know what in the world I have all over my thumbnail. By the way, sorry about the conditions of my fingernails. They are not the best. This one is called Wedding Band, also inspired by my upcoming wedding. And it is inspired by his wedding band. His wedding band is black tungsten, and it has a cobalt ring going through the middle of it, and it's cobalt on the inside. So that's what the wedding band was inspired by. Also inspired by our upcoming wedding is Arbor. And this may not be everybody's cup of tea, but I thought it was fun because we are actually getting married in an arbor. So I thought this would be a fun colorway. So there's Arbor. And what you can't see, unless I get it super, super close, is, do you guys see those little tiny pink speckles? Those are throughout the green section in here. It's little tiny pink speckles to represent flowers. So I thought that was really fun. So there's Arbor on Gnarly. And I have, this is the last wedding inspired one, I promise. This one's super, super fun. It is yellow on one end, and it's pink on the other, and where it meets in the middle creates this really fun kind of tonal orange. This one is called You Plus Me Equals We, and this is so fun because the story behind this is that I don't really have a favorite color. but I guess a feminine color these days is pink is considered a feminine color more often than not. And I'm not like trying to start something or be like sexist or anything. It's just generally pink is considered a feminine color in today's world. But his favorite color is yellow. So I thought if I dye one in my color and dye the other in his color and have them meet in the middle, that would be really, really fun. Kind of like bringing the two together. So yeah, this one is called You Plus Me Equals We, and it's really fun. And I have a funny feeling that this might microstripe. I'm really interested to see how this knits up. But yeah, it's so fun. Let me turn my monitor back on. There we go. Alright, so that's the last of the wedding inspired ones, promise. This one doesn't have a name, it's just, I labeled it OOAK, which means one of a kind. And it's just on a neutral light blue base, and it's got all these different pops of color in the form of speckles in there. Don't know if you guys can see that. Maybe if I get it in frame, you can. It's not showing up super well on camera, but trust me, there's colored speckles in there. And there's, I think, yellow and green and turquoise and purple and pink speckles all throughout this. That was a experiment, so that's why it's a one of a kind. Also, for pre-order, I have this super fun colorway. My sister said it looked like spaghetti, and I said sprinkles, and so she said spaghetti sprinkles. And I thought, well, it's also spring-like, so what if I called it Springles and mixed the two? So that's how this name came up. This is my Springles pre-order colorway. It's on a natural base, a very neutral base, and it's got orange and green and pink and purple and turquoise and blue speckles in it, and it's just so fun while still being like really neutral. It's just, oh, look at those speckles, guys. So fun. Look at this. So fun. So yeah, that's my Springles colorway. And I'm sorry, these aren't showing up super well on camera, but I promise that if you visit my Etsy shop or my Instagram page, you will more than likely see better pictures of all of these. So this one is really fun. This is, so you guys remember, and it's actually my most popular colorway, Tropical Hurricane, where I dyed one end in blues and green hues and speckled with black. This one is pink, I believe it's pink, red, and yellow speckled with orange. So this one is called Tropical Sunset. And I love it. I just absolutely love it. It's neutral on one end, and I'm actually going to slide this down so that you guys can see some more. Oh, Tropical Sunset. I love this one, guys. It's amazing. So I hope that you guys love all these yarns as well, and yeah, go take a peek in the shop if you see one of them that you like and might like to take home with you. Or maybe you'll see 2 or 3, or maybe you'll just want a whole sweater's quantity of something, which I can also do. Also, I have a quite exciting announcement. Ta-da! I didn't show this in finished objects because, while technically being a finished object, it's my design. It is my very first design that I have published, and I've had it tested. It's up for sale on Ravelry and my Etsy shop and Craftsy, and although I've only gotten 2 sales off of it so far, I'm proud of those 2 sales. You know, I'm really proud of my little business and what I do, and I'm not gonna quit just because it doesn't take off like wildfire like everyone else's. So, this is probably a better color representation. This, you guys might recognize if you follow me on Instagram. This is my A Taste of Spring cowl, which thank you for helping me name this, guys. It's so soft and smushy and warm, which I'm not going to keep it on too long because it's quite warm outside today. Yeah, that's how it looks. It's just a little cowl that you can kind of keep around your neck but won't add bulk to a jacket. It looks really nice. It looks very polished, I think. And it's super simple. I mean, beginners, I had beginners testing for me and they had no problem whatsoever with the pattern. So, and it looks super complicated, but really if you just follow the directions, it's not complicated at all. Anybody can do this. Like I said, it's super simple. So my pattern, A Taste of Spring cowl, released yesterday. So exciting. And I'm just really proud of it, and like I said, I've had it extensively tested, and so now it's published. And if you would like to get your hands on this, the pattern is $3.50, of which I do not get the full $3.50 because of Etsy or Ravelry fees, which I didn't know about. But I did have a sale going for the first 24 hours, which I think is now over, but I might extend until Monday because that's Labor Day, and I might just do a Labor Day sale. Who knows? But yeah, anyways, this is really fun, and I'm so proud that it's my first pattern that's published, and it's just, it means so much to me when you guys think my stuff is worthy of supporting, and every time you guys support something of mine, it's, like I said, it's supporting a dream. It's so nice, and it's wonderful. So I really appreciate it, and I hope that you guys really love this as much as I do. It was knit on size US 3 needles in Madeline Tosh Pashmina in the Nighthawk colorway. So it's so fun. And so yeah, if you guys would like to create this for yourself, you can head on over to Ravelry or my Etsy shop and purchase the pattern for yourself. Yeah, I think that's all that I have to say about that. And a final section that I am going to interject next is wedding bells, and then I will say goodbye. So I will see you guys in my next and last section. So wedding bells. What have I been doing with the wedding? What's been up? So I haven't gotten a whole lot done for the wedding. I ordered our address labels, which have come in the mail. I had printed off everything that I needed to print off, got my RSVPs in, sent all my invitations out the other day, which felt amazing. I had like 90 of them. Felt amazing to get all those finally out. So now I'm waiting for RSVPs to come back in, and it's so exciting. I have all of our registries and everything set up, and I have plans for more wedding enhancement, gathering more things and buying more things. I'm starting to put some money back for our honeymoon and get out of my current debts from my last marriage, which I will not rehash because that just is a very sad story of why that marriage didn't work. Anyways, so I'm getting out of all of my debts, I'm getting healthy, I'm eating healthier, I'm making plans for our future. We're starting to get some furniture and talk about dishes and just home and life stuff, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So things are really coming along, and you know, we've definitely had our ups and downs. I will say that we've very nearly almost split. because of a couple things that have gone on, which I will not disclose. But we didn't. We stuck it out and we decided to stay. And we are so blessed and so glad that we did, because things are so much better now. There's a mutual understanding between us. Our love for each other just grows through each struggle that we have to go through, and that's just evident. And right now I think that we're just so in love with each other and we're so respectful to each other that it's just working out really well right now. So I'm very happy with that. But yeah, so things are going good there. I think that I've set a final date for the guys' tux fittings, and I've asked my other bridesmaid to actually be my bridesmaid, so now I have all my bridesmaids, or all my ducks in a row. But I don't think they want to be called ducks. I think they want to be called my bridesmaids. So we've got a rough idea of when we want to go shopping for bridesmaids dresses, which is exciting. Yeah, I'm getting super excited. We have about 4.5 months. We have 134 days. I'm getting really, really excited. Not so much stress anymore that I don't have everything done, because I know that it's gonna get done. It's definitely gonna get done before the wedding. But I'm just getting really excited, putting everything together, and just planning my future with him and planning my life, and it's really, really nice. So, yeah, that's kind of what's going on. And we decided today that we are not going to have a videographer. We just decided that's more hassle trying to find somebody, and then more money paying out. And I told him, I said, I don't really care about a video. As long as I have some really good pictures as memories to hang on to, I'm perfectly happy. I'm fine with that. And he agrees too. I mean, he doesn't care either way. So we're just going to cut out the videographer and not have one at our wedding, which is probably not a popular opinion, but that's what we're going to do. So, yeah, things are really starting to come together, and I can now get a clear vision of what our wedding is going to be, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I did get everything that I needed to go with my wedding dress, and every time I put on that dress, I fall in love all over again. I'm so glad that I chose that dress, because it's definitely the dress. So another big thing that happened is he got his boating license, and I've never been on a boat in my life. I'll be honest, confession, never been on a boat in my life. So, one of these weekends here this summer, we are going to go boating, because he has his boating license, and I can't wait. So exciting. Also, this coming weekend, June 1st and 2nd, I'm going down there. His cousin's having a wedding on the 2nd, and he wanted to know if I wanted to go with him. So I said, yeah, of course. And it'll give me an opportunity to kind of see the layout of everything and how things should go at a wedding. Because I still don't know what I'm doing. I didn't have a wedding the first time. This is my first time planning a wedding, and I still don't know what I'm doing. So maybe that'll give me more of an idea. I'm sorry if you guys could hear that. That was my AC turning off. It's quite loud. I'm sorry if you guys could hear it blowing for the last 15 minutes. Sorry. Anyways, that's pretty much what's going on. And I know that I'm chattering like a chipmunk here, but I'm trying to speed it up a little bit because I might not have much time at home alone. As soon as I got in and I found out that I was home alone, I was like, babe, I have the whole house to myself for a couple hours. I was so excited. Like, I love my family and I love living with him, but sometimes it's nice to have a house to yourself where you can just do whatever you want, like podcasts with nobody else around. Which I'm looking forward to having whenever we move into our own house. Which I'm moving into his apartment, and we're going to stay there for a while, and then we're going to decide what to do from there. But yeah, like I said, things are really coming along. I'm going to start moving some stuff down there this Friday. I don't have a ton of stuff because my room is quite tiny, and I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff so that I don't have to haul it with me whenever I move. But yeah, I'm gonna start hauling some stuff down there and pretty much be almost completely moved in by the time we get married. So that's my plan, so that I don't have to do one big haul and I can kind of move in at my own pace. So yeah, that's really exciting, and yeah, things are just coming along fantastic. We got our cake topper, which is super exciting. It came all the way from Ukraine and it has all these cool stamps on it, which sounds nerdy, but I'm a nerd. What do you expect? So yeah, we got our cake topper, and it's really starting to come along, and I'm starting to get a good vision of what it's going to be like and how it's going to be, not just with the wedding, but with our lives starting out together, and it's amazing. I can't wait. I don't think I could be more in love with him right now if I tried, but he'll probably prove me wrong on that again. So, without further ado, I think that I'm going to go because I've chattered on long, more than enough. So yeah, I think I'm just going to go and leave it at that. I don't know when my next opportunity podcast will be. It certainly won't be next week because I'm just way too busy. I'll try to get one out the week after, but I can't guarantee it. So until I see you next time, happy crafting, happy knitting, happy spinning, happy crocheting, happy whatever you do. Have a great week, have a safe holiday, and until next time, bye.